Hi, this is Tom Kane, the voice of Jedi Master Yoda. And this is Inside the Force. Listen, you will. Foreseen it I have, yes.
It is a period of Star Wars mania, as new movies, comic books, novels, and TV shows populate the system. Fueled by their love and passion for the galaxy far, far away, two exceptional geeks tap into hundreds of holocrons in order to bring you the knowledge and insight of all things Star Wars. Come and join them as they go inside the Force.
Hey everybody, welcome back. Star Wars Inside the Force. Dave Cottingham back at you with Casey Cooley.
Hello everybody. Hello.
Haven't been here in a little bit, but
yeah.
Not because we haven't tried. It's a little short on some of the news going on, really. But we do have a collection of just a bunch of little stuff that we can talk about. We got a couple comics that we can definitely review and talk about, especially the brand new #1 that came out a couple weeks ago, Journey to Star Wars: The Force Awakens. Shattered Empire #1 debuted with some quite interesting revelations from episode 6.
Yeah.
So that and a bunch of just, like I said, just small little news here and there. So we will get right into it. But I do want to start off by saying, before I forget, because I forgot the last couple of episodes, but we got a great thing going on right now in the month of September. We've got a promo code for superherostuff.com. Superherostuff.com's got a ton of just unbelievable Star Wars: The Force Awakens merchandise, from T-shirts to mugs to all kinds of stuff, stickers and all that stuff. So get on there. If you use the promo code 2114, spell it out, 2114, get 14% off your entire order. Go there, superherostuff.com, get all your Star Wars stuff and whatever other stuff you want to get. But again, they got some exclusive Force Awakens stuff there, so you want to go check that out. All right, besides that, I don't think we've been on since we started our own little countdown as well. That's right. On social media. Made a little cover art there that has our countdown. And I did a little switcheroo.
What's that?
Well, because all the other ones out there, if you see them, it says, in so many days, The Force Awakens. Like I think it says,
see,
it's the other way around. Whatever.
Trying to find it on Twitter here. So yeah, you have.
So I have the logo first,
right?
But the other ones say basically the days, like 87 days until Star Wars: The Force Awakens. But I wanted to say Star Wars: The Force Awakens opens in
I like to be original.
So many days, but also the way I've been tweeting it though, and the way I've been kind of putting it out there is I've been mentioning that we're gonna see it.
Yeah, very specific.
Yes.
A lot of controversy. And was it 87, 88? They were talking about when it premieres, the 18th or 17th when it comes out.
Yeah,
the day before, probably.
I had talked to you because I was like, I don't know which way we should go because we started this at the 100th day, and at the 100th day, it could have been a day later, a day earlier, because if you go to the 18th, when it's actually scheduled to release, but we see movies the night before now, which is the 7th, is going to be the 17th,
right?
So is it 100 days to the 17th, or is it 100 days to the 18th?
Yeah,
it looks like Star Wars is doing the same thing. Every once in a while, they're putting out. They're not doing it every day, I don't think, but they're putting out a little countdown thing too, and theirs is basically on the 17th, but it's because in Europe it opens on the 17th. Right. So they're actually going to probably watch it on the 16th.
Maybe. Yeah, I guess they also do that as well. Right?
Yeah.
They probably do that.
Midnight, night before, right?
Evening.
So I went ahead, and that's why I put, we're going to see it at this point, which is whenever, right now, like
7, 8 o'clock.
Yeah, like tonight, I haven't done it yet, but I'm going to put the 86th. So 86 days from today.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll be watching it, or have watched it.
Crazy.
So anyway, yeah. So I'm getting a lot. It's cool because getting some retweets and some favorites of it and stuff like that. So love that. All right, so let's just get into whatever news we got before we do some reviews here.
Well, in regards to the main movie, as we said, not a whole lot. There's a lot of rumors and potential spoilers floating around. I feel like more so than ever, but actually legit leaks. I feel like, well, yeah, because now it's getting to a really interesting part for me in this show, because I'm having to prevent myself from reading more than what I used to. Just scrolling through, some of the headlines here. I mean, even little things like Gwendolyn Christie talk about her character Captain Phasma. I don't even want to read that. Really,
I avoided that. I didn't want to read it.
That. And there's the new trading card game that's not necessarily new, but the Topps trading card game.
Now
there's trading cards.
The cards. The trading cards.
Trading cards. There's apparently spoilers about that, about Finn and Rey and Jedis.
Now I didn't read it.
Well, it's hard to avoid headlines, anyways. I read the headlines, and I was.
But did you see the cards?
No. All I know is that it kind of refers to one person as this, another person as that, which could spoil the movie.
Yes, I unfortunately saw those.
So is it pretty?
Well, do you want me to tell you?
No. Well, okay. I know what someone told me it is. I'll kind of show you the headline too. Someone told me that. If there's more to that, then I do not know, and I do not want to know.
There's more to that.
Okay, I do not want to know.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel for you.
Yeah. Well, it's okay, but I will say this.
Yeah.
It wasn't surprising.
Yeah. Okay.
It wasn't surprising.
Yeah, I don't imagine it will be,
because it's something that it's all the stuff that we've talked about before.
Yeah. So that's what I imagine, but I still just I just don't want to know.
It was interesting because I was like, what? I was like, there's no way they put something on a card that's that revealing, and I saw it and I was like, that's kind of revealing.
There's even little things too. I went on Star Wars database, their official database, to see if they've updated anything. Because I always think, they'll reveal a little information, but nothing too spoilerish. But I read here, look on this if you want, but I searched Star Killer base just to see if they had a submission for that. And they do. They have a little part of Star Killer base. Here's what it says. I'll let you read it, because I don't know if I should even talk about it. There's it gets part of the plot of the movie.
A nice planet.
Don't read it aloud.
Oh, okay.
Just read it in your head. This is on StarWars.com.
Wow.
This was a rumor early on. You remember this rumor?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was one of the first.
Should I even say this? This is official on StarWars.com.
I think we should let people go look at
that one. Yeah, guys, look at this if you want. I did not want to read this.
Wow. That's wow.
I want to talk about it so bad, but I don't want to spoil people.
That right there.
That's so surprising.
Right there not only solidifies that, but possibly solidifies a lot of rumors that are out there.
Yeah. So if you guys do not care about spoilers, go ahead and go to StarWars.com on their database and search Star Killer base, and you'll find out a little bit about the plot of the movie.
I did not expect to read that.
I'm sorry, I should have forewarned you.
No, yeah. I'm fine with it.
Yeah. But it's just,
I'm okay. If it's on StarWars.com.
Yeah. It's fair game.
I'm going to read it. I'm going to probably read it.
Yeah, but that's so surprising they just did that. They put that out there, this information. So we're really talking around it, and I'm sorry, guys. You're probably lost. Just tell me or move on. But you
got to go see it. I don't want to spoil it for anybody.
It's pretty huge. But then there's another one. This isn't too spoilers, but I thought it was interesting. I looked up Resistance. There's a article about the Resistance X-Wing. Talks about Poe Dameron, how he's a black leader. Apparently, there's a black squadron, I guess.
Black squadron, so, yeah. Which is weird because that was Vader's.
Yeah.
No, they were Death Squadron.
Death Squadron. Oh, sorry. Isn't there a black squadron?
Oh, yeah, there's a black squadron.
Pretty sure on the cards.
There's a black squadron and a Death Squadron.
Yeah.
Death Squadron was the Star Destroyer.
Yes.
Black Squadron was the TIEs.
So it just says here, Resistance pilot Poe Dameron becomes black leader, flying a Darkhold T-70 X-Wing starfighter, which is updated from the old one. So I just thought that was kind of a cool little thing, black leader. That was kind of cool. But yeah, Star Wars database. So it's getting bigger. The Star Killer base does not have an image, but talks about kind of where it's located and some of the cool stuff that they have on that.
Has it been revealed what the name of that planet is?
Nope.
Okay.
Even here on the description, it just says
Icy planet. Yeah, Ice planet. Huh.
But it's, gosh, yeah.
That should be pretty cool if it was Hoth.
That would be a little full circle there. See what we did with your base? Made it into a
Yeah.
empire.
Instead of Echo base, it's
Starkiller base.
Starkiller base. Yeah.
So pretty cool. That's really all the stuff with the movies. That's all I care to look up for the movies because I'm just so scared.
Well, I mean, that's
all.
I guess the other big news is the principal photography of episode 8
right
has started.
2 Star Wars movies being
in
filmed
Ireland,
right now.
I think, right?
The same place, the Skellig, Michael Skellig, is that how you pronounce it? That place in Ireland where they shot episode 7, some of it.
Okay, yeah.
So it's the same little island.
Because I saw some tweet where Mark Hamill. Did you see that?
He's there, or he
just got done shooting something,
Yeah.
and there was a tweet. Someone tweeted out that he was hanging out at a bar in Ireland having some drinks.
Oh, geez, did he really let something go?
No, they just a picture of him.
Just in there,
it's taking a picture.
Yeah, I heard he was there.
So he's there filming.
I think
Daisy
Ridley is there as
if
well.
we want to start speculating about episode 8 a little bit, I really think he's now that we remember when we got that we revealed. We talked about that the question that Kathleen Kennedy asked Abrams to get him to shoot.
Oh, who is Luke Skywalker?
Who is Luke Skywalker?
Yeah.
I really think that this
is a Luke Skywalker story.
It's Luke all the way. I mean, I don't think we're gonna actually get that much of him in episode 7.
Yeah.
But what's crazy is that when you're seeing, unlike, think about it. Back in the original trilogy, even though you weren't born then and I wasn't really, I was real young, but then, and even the prequels, when you went from 4 to 5 or 1 to 2, there wasn't that much more casting. You had their core people, right?
Yeah.
But does it so strange to me that episode 8, it's like you don't hear anything about John Boyega,
Not yet. Yeah.
Daisy Ridley. You hear about all these new casting people. They're casting female leads. They're casting Benicio del Toro possibly as a villain.
Yeah.
I mean, it's weird. It's like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I thought we have the cast. That's gonna.
I mean,
maybe it's not. Maybe it's Luke. Maybe it's Han. Maybe it's Leia that actually takes center stage.
These other guys get cycled out, and
I don't know.
That'd be crazy. But and there also could be different roles because the big casting call they had for episode 7 that I went out for, those weren't the big John Boyega, Daisy Ridley roles.
No,
they were second smaller roles. But so this might be the same case as that as well. But it's just crazy. I mean, I think I saw somewhere where Daisy Ridley was on the island as well, maybe shooting. I can't remember.
I mean, it's unbelievable the secrecy that is. Because I remember when 1, 2, and 3 were shooting.
Yeah,
there were like behind the scenes featurettes. There's video all over because video was just so new at that point on the internet.
Right.
That you had to go to StarWars.com. You can briefly see a couple things behind. If you were part of hyperspace,
right? Yes,
you can see a ton of behind the scenes, which I was. Obviously, I paid.
Yeah.
So I saw
$50 a month.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. Yeah, I ate ramen noodles while I was doing it.
Yeah.
So it was, but you got to see a ton of stuff behind the scenes. Sets and. It was really cool because it was never with the main people. It was always with extras.
Oh yeah,
or the second unit or the green screen unit. And it was like you saw kind of the production and stuff. But
very cool.
So that's shooting. Rogue One is shooting.
We're being spoiled, guys.
Oh my god, this is ridiculous.
2 Star Wars movies.
We got Rebels coming next month. We're premiering October 14th, I think, on Wednesday evening.
Next month is Battlefront. I'm so
Battlefront.
excited. So excited for that.
November, right?
No, sorry, I thought it was October. Yes, November. Correct.
So 2 months,
November
basically. A little less than 2 months, yeah.
Or 19th. 19th or 17th?
Yeah, it is 2 months from now, basically.
Yeah, a little
towards the end of November, I think, right? So, yeah, freaking Battlefront's going to be ridiculously good. So, let's review the comics real fast before we get into... let's go TV. Real quick is if you guys go to StarWars.com or their YouTube channel, they released kind of it's like almost just under 5-minute featurette on season 2 of the Rebels, the little video they call Return of the Clones. and kind of talks about the clones that are going to show up here in season 2, which is Captain Rex, Wolf, and
Gregory.
And Gregor. Gregor, if you guys don't remember, is the guy that he was the commando that showed up on that planet, the desert planet. Yeah. He kind of lost his memory, I think.
Oh.
If I remember correctly. He didn't really remember what he... Yeah. And that was when R2 and the droids were on that planet.
Right.
So he helped them on that. He survived. So they show up on season 2, as you saw in the trailers, and this was a little featurette that not only shows footage, but actually shows interviews with Filoni and some of the other guys talking about the importance of the clones and all that. So it's a really cool video. Go watch that. But one thing I did want to point out for those of you that are either wanting to go back and kind of rewatch the Clone Wars, or if you haven't got on into the Clone Wars, which is something you really need to do. Obviously, if you have a Netflix account, you can watch every episode of the Clone Wars is on there, including the film. But you may or may not know that the order that the Clone Wars released was technically not the chronological order. So Leland Chee had to kind of go back and let it be known to everybody that there is an order, and here it is. Mm-hmm. It's not as bad as you think. There's a couple episodes from maybe seasons 2 and 3 that kind of happened before season 1. So basically, like I'm looking at it right now, actually 2:16. So season 2, episode 16, which is called Cat and Mouse. That is actually the very first chronological episode of the Clone Wars. So there's 2 episodes before the actual movie. The movie was actually the first thing that was released to even garner whether or not there would be a series. But those 2 episodes, Cat and Mouse, Hidden Enemy, don't include Ahsoka, so that's why it's before. So anyway, what I thought was interesting is they have this chronological order. If you go to StarWars.com, click on TV shows, click on Clone Wars, it's on there. There's an article there. But it actually got updated recently because it includes everything that's in every medium that has been put out during the Clone Wars. Yeah. And what I mean by that is after they added season 6 on there, which was the Lost Missions, they have now added and put episode numbers next to all these other different releases of Clone Wars stories. Right after Sacrifice, which is the last episode where Yoda, goes to Moraband, right? Moraband.
Band, yeah.
So the first story reels that those guys, the Star Wars put out, the Crystal Crisis on Utapau, which we long talked about how it's so hard to watch. Unfortunately, that they're not finished. Fortunately, that they are part of the expanded Clone Wars story. They are canon, and those episodes are entitled 122, 123, 124, 125. And then this past celebration, they released another batch called the Bad Batch, actually, of clone troopers. Those 4 stories are next right after that. And then you have 4 chapters of Dark Disciple, the novel that has Ventress and Quinlan Voss on the cover by Christine Gold, I think. Yeah, Christine Golden. So apparently just the first 4 chapters happened, and then the Son of Dathomir comic series, it was a 4-issue series about Darth Maul. I've got the trade up there.
Right.
That is canon. That was the last thing that Dark Horse put out before they lost the publishing rights of it. But that happens, and then the last 4 parts of Dark Disciple happen. So they actually have that on there in chronological order, and like I said, they numbered everything. So I thought that was pretty cool to find because they didn't announce that, because I'd seen this before and those weren't on there. So I guess, I mean, it's still growing. We're still going to be getting Clone Wars stuff, it seems like, which is great. I just hope they, I mean, it doesn't look like they're going to finish any more episodes, but if they do, I'd rather not watch any more story
Yeah.
reels. Just do comics or something, you know?
Yeah.
Or novels, whatever. So that's pretty cool. You know, so let's go into the comics then. Let's segue to and review some comics. Let's go back to Shattered Empire, which was a fantastic book.
Yes.
What did you think about that?
Like I said, it was fantastic. I love how it recaps a little bit.
Yeah, so this
6.
literally happens,
Yeah.
picks up during the battle of episode
When we
6.
say literally, it literally happens.
Literally.
at the end of episode 6.
I love that commercial. Do you know that commercial I'm talking about? It's the I think it's the State Farm one. The guy's like living with his parents. He's like, "Man, you guys are so great roommates." You don't have cable, so you don't watch.
I
you
see
don't
some commercials.
Well, he's like, you don't know it's his parents first. He's like,
Yeah.
"Hey, gotta break it to you. You know, State Farm saving me all kinds of money, so I'm getting my own pad."
Yeah.
It's like, you guys been great roommates. Even when I had my I went through my British accent phase, and then it cuts to him going, "We are literally out of milk." That's all I was like.
It's all good.
Yeah.
And that's our nod to our State Farm sponsor. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Anyways, yes, Shattered Empire, fantastic. It was just, biggest part I loved was the end. It just kind of sets up for so much more. Like the last line, Han Solo's like, "It's not over yet," because they just found like this huge wealth of information of the Empire, just still, they're gearing up for something much like some big counterattack or whatever. And I mean, it's just something that I just didn't even think was possible after episode 6. We talked about this a lot on the show, how we just always naturally thought, oh, that was it. They built the Death Star, killed the Emperor Palpatine, Darth Vader's dead, so that's it. Battle's over. But it makes so much sense that it got worse, honestly, and I'm excited to see what that story is. And in this issue, they start they attack like a squadron on the moon of Endor, kind of stationed on the other side of the moon, and they kind of say like, well, I don't think they've heard the news, where they're planning on counterattack, but they don't really know that the battle's over. Like Han Solo even says, and they're like, they don't know that it's over. They don't know that they've lost. He's even thinking like it's over, it's done, but that is not the case at all.
Yeah, well, if we kind of briefly talk about that Uprising game that came out,
Yeah.
that's what that's about on that side, because that's canon too. And,
yes.
And what's interesting, I haven't played the game. I think you played a little bit of it.
Yeah.
But you can tell in the trailer what the story is about. There's a message that Leia sends out.
Yeah.
That tells everybody that the Death Star is destroyed.
Right.
Because apparently news doesn't spread that much, fast.
Yeah.
Around the galaxy.
Yeah.
And that makes sense if they keep up with the canon where Palpatine basically eliminated the HoloNet, or basically outlawed the HoloNet. So, and then for that reason, that communications wouldn't spread.
Yeah.
So Leia sends out a message saying, "Hey, the Emperor's dead, Vader's dead, Death Star's been destroyed. You need to fight for your freedom."
Yeah.
And that's what Uprising is about.
Like so far, you play it's a role playing game, so you create your own character, which I guess isn't necessarily canon because you can make it a girl or boy or an alien. But there are characters in the game that are canon, and so far you're just a kind of a smuggler, scoundrel, Han Solo type, and you're kind of doing these jobs for these bounty hunters and or just for these other smugglers. But you're on this planet, and the kind of governor on the planet, or whoever the kind of leader of this planet is basically covering up the fact that the Death Star was destroyed and that Palpatine was killed. So on this planet, they still believe that the Emperor is still alive. Yeah. And they every now and then you'll get a message from this governor or whatever saying, Palpatine this, Palpatine that, and he would like this and whatever. So your character does not know that the battle is over. So it's interesting, and I'm slowly playing it. Haven't played it in a few days, but it's pretty cool so far. It's a role playing game. It reminds me not to the Old Republic, but on a kind of and more like the format that Star Wars Commander was, just because it's not like it's just not played the same. But yeah, it's cool.
But what's so cool about the whole Leia thing is that when I saw that message is in Aftermath.
Right.
So
those stories coincide.
Yeah, it's so awesome that it's doing that, and but again, like you said, it does make sense that because you got to remember that the Empire through Episode 6 has been around for well over 20 years. Mm-hmm. If I remember correctly, it's been about 23 years, right? Because Episode 6 is 4 years after Episode 4. Mm-hmm. 19, 23. So they've been established for about 23 years. So you got to think it's not going to take one battle.
All those huge loss. But
but that's
the
if you
sheer
remember
resources.
But as you can tell by this book too, the fleet, the Navy fleet, which wasn't all there.
Yeah,
I mean they were scattered still. Yeah. That was just a big part of it. But they didn't hang around. Mm-hmm. They took off after they saw that they were losing.
Yeah,
they took off. So a lot of Star Destroyers left the battle, and are out there regrouping and becoming the First Order, or whatever.
Yeah.
Now, the questions are, which I don't know if we'll get in Episode 7, but there's questions on who took over.
Right.
Who became the Grand Moff or the next, because obviously as you know in Aftermath, the New Republic does come into power.
Yeah.
Mon Mothma is the new Chancellor.
Yeah.
And so there is a shifting of power. Mm-hmm. Why they're not in Coruscant is a question that I hope maybe it answers in that book or a couple. That's a trilogy, so maybe it answers it eventually. But why aren't they going back to Coruscant? Is that still imperially occupied? Whatever.
Have we, quick little tangent, have we discussed the speculation of who could be the leader of the First Order? Like the Max von Sydow character or whoever?
Not really.
Because a thought got in my head, like, what if it's like a Grand Admiral Thrawn type character?
It could be.
Who's the new leader? Because that's kind of how it was in the books.
Yes. Now the Gleason guy is playing just a captain or something.
He's a commander. I mean,
he's a commander, right? But he's not an admiral, I don't think.
No. I'll try to look up his database entry, but I think he's a commander, but he commands the forces.
I mean, the whole Knights of Ren thing,
right?
They're obviously Kylo's obviously following somebody,
right?
He's not leading. Mm-hmm. So there is an Imperial leader somewhere, or a First Order leader. Mm-hmm. He's probably at that podium when that picture.
Maybe, yeah.
In that group picture somewhere, but we're not seeing anything. Yeah, is it Max von Sydow?
I don't know. What's
who is that standing there? By himself.
I mean, I can't tell if it's Gleason or not. Honestly, I don't know if it is.
Or who's this with that's Phasma, right?
Yeah,
They're right there.
Well, now what is Gleason's name again in there? I keep forgetting.
I don't remember.
I'll have to let me look up the.
You should be able to look up characters under Episode 7, right? But he. That could pass as him maybe, but I don't think so. I think it might be somebody else that maybe we don't even know about.
General Hux.
Hux, that's right. So he's a general.
Yeah.
Which is the highest ranking. I mean, besides whoever's ahead of.
If there is an admiral.
If there is an admiral.
Yeah.
Well, admiral, I think. Aren't admirals and generals on because admirals are Navy and generals are Army.
I guess maybe.
So I think they're kind of the same.
Yeah.
But like Admiral Piet was the fleet.
Yeah.
Then you had General Veers, who was the commander of the troops on the bottom.
True.
But
yeah, we'll see.
But he could be one of the main guys.
Yeah. I just thought it'd be kind of cool if we actually got like a Thrawn. That'd be an awesome reveal if we did something like that.
Huge.
But anyways, Shattered Empire, fantastic, awesome,
yeah,
great,
very good book.
Couple different. Let's see, what was it? I think I noticed a couple of. Yeah, there's one big kind of somewhat reveal.
Yes.
About a character in Force Awakens. Mm-hmm. So go read that if you want. But there's also like a funny little reference in here that I thought.
I think we can mention the
connection.
Yeah, I think so.
Poe Dameron was conceived in this story.
Basically, you're introduced to his parents.
Yes,
basically,
yeah.
I was trying to Shara is her name.
Yeah.
Shara.
And Kess. Is that how you say it? His name?
Yes, and Kess, you're right. So Kess Dameron and Shara Bay is her name. So
they make love in this comic.
They do. And what's crazy is that you look at their likeness and that makes sense. That looks like Oscar Isaac.
Yeah, I was looking at the guy when he said Dameron, like he looks similar. So it's pretty good. Well played on Star Wars part to have this little connection.
So I like them introducing their parents, his parents. So then there's that connection. But then also, I like the fact that maybe this story does center around a different group.
This might be this squadron or this the Pathfinders might be as they're called here might be our main characters.
And Han and Chewie look like they're going to be featured as well. So,
and one other reference, which I caught happened really fast.
I didn't think about that.
There's been a long-standing rumor about the Ewoks in Star Wars, and if you know anything about Star Wars, you at least have heard of this somewhere, probably. But there's an old rumor saying that the Ewoks are cannibals. In Episode 6, you remember?
Now, technically, that's not cannibalism because they're not eating themselves. Cannibalism is eating your own kind.
I guess, yeah. They just eat meat.
They're eating meat.
They eat live creatures.
I mean, they're eating what we do. They're doing what we do.
Yeah. Eating other
but they're
animals.
eating human. They eat human.
They don't mind eating humans.
They don't mind eating humans.
Because in Episode 6, they captured Han and Luke, planning to kill him and eat him.
Yeah.
Until Leia stopped them. So they were about to be, which I never thought. I thought they were just captured and tortured as a kid. Like I just thought, they're just capturing them. That's just how they're capturing them. But because aren't they spinning something? I thought they had something like on a cooker, like an animal.
Oh, maybe I don't remember.
I have to look and see what
I'll
that was.
Watch that again. Yeah.
But maybe it was something else. But maybe it's some the movie. But so yeah, they're about to eat. Is what they were saying. They're about to eat the guys. And then at the end, when they're celebrating on Endor, you see all those stormtrooper helmets that they're playing the drums on. People are saying like, where are the bodies? And everybody's like eating stuff at this party. Like they're probably serving the stormtroopers to the rebels without them knowing.
Wow.
So like, oh my gosh, this is the darkest thing.
But yeah,
in Star Wars. But yeah, so in this one panel during the celebration on Endor, you're getting all these like dialogue bubbles of people just saying stuff around the party. It's like in the middle of a conversation kind of thing. So one of these dialogue bubbles, it's at the end of a sentence, and one guy says, "Is this? I don't even know what I'm eating. I'll have another." So he's like, "Oh, what is this food that you're serving? This is fantastic. I don't know what it is, but I'll have some more." Like that is, I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm reading this correctly. That was a straight up reference to like they're potentially eating people.
Yes,
at this party.
So
I mean, I don't know if it's just a little joke from the writers saying like, "Hey, we understand the references," but to me, that's canon confirmation that they're eating people.
I think so.
Which is
I didn't think about that, but yes, it is
disgusting and terrifying.
Now, that's making the humans cannibals. They're eating.
True. There you go.
So they're the cannibals. Ewoks are like, hey, this is good meat.
Here's some people. Want some stormtroopers? Here
this is our cow, basically.
Oh my gosh, that's awful. Such innocent little creatures.
But that's but the book in a way I forgot to mention written by Greg Rucka, who's a huge writer in the world of comics.
Yeah.
They're getting fantastic writers. And we'll shift right now real quick to Lando #4, which came out last week. Another great writer, Charles Soule, is on this book. This book has been fantastic, kind of picking up where we did last time. He's still on the ship of Palpatine's ship that he's just discovered all these Sith relics, which he has no idea about.
Yeah, he even says like it's all like just stuff that people like
stories
people want to believe, whatever.
Yeah, the Ugnaught that he's with knows
it was a lady.
Stories. Yeah, it was a woman.
Did not know that.
Yeah. But anyway, there's in the last issue, Palpatine dispatched a bounty hunter to track the ship down, either destroy it and kill. And now the one thing that's interesting about this is two of the I don't even know. I can't remember what you call them. I guess bodyguards almost.
Oh, yeah. If they're twins or they're very curious.
I think they're
it's
lovers.
It's lovers. Yeah. But they're like, they're curious little bunch.
Yeah, they look like Black. They look like Black Cat.
Yeah.
The superhero.
Yeah.
But they fall to basically fall to the dark side in a sense in this.
Yeah.
They kind of turn on Lando.
I guess they're force. Would that make them force sensitive?
I guess.
I guess
Or
they- or it could
weak-minded.
be-
Just weak-minded
could
or
affect
weak-willed.
Anybody, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. So anyway, but there's a little bit of a turn there, and then of course there's a little bit of a twist at the end. But a good book overall.
Yeah,
I think.
very true.
So I'm really liking Charles Soule again is one of my favorite writers. So, and then of course, the great Star Wars book came out number 9 as well last week. This is awesome, man.
I'm loving it. It's because they're taking time with Luke to kind of explore the history of the Jedi and helping Luke find out more about the Jedi, which I've always wanted to see. Kind of wondered if Luke actually knew anything about the temple and the council and the Jedi Order, that kind of stuff. And so he's finding out about it little by little. And yeah, there's just an awesome moment in this where he just finds out a whole lot of information and some confirmations. Like they reference the 100-Year War.
Yes,
The Sith. They reference
that. How they were born, basically.
Yeah. So there's so many little references in there that make things in the EU become canon. So I hope we get more of this. I hope Luke makes it to the Jedi Temple and hope he finds out a whole lot of information.
Totally.
That's so cool. And we see
So
Shakti.
Yeah.
Very cool. I love it.
So very, very awesome. Of course, then you still have the Han Solo storyline with his wife apparently still going on. It seems like it's taken 3 issues from them to get onto a ship and get away.
I was trying to think, what did they do in the last issue? Did they just sit around and talk the whole time?
They did sit around and talk.
That's pretty much
She talked about basically turning him over, turning him in. So yeah, there's that going on. But the big story is Luke and Luke's quest to get to Coruscant, get to the Jedi Temple, and start learning about his purpose and all that stuff. So fantastic book. So great books out there. I wanted to say the writer of, I can't remember the writer of, what was it? Jason Aaron still is writing Star Wars. So great book there. I did want to mention that tomorrow, which is Comic Book Day, the only thing we're getting tomorrow is Kanan, The Last Padawan number 6 is that this week. So next week when we do the show, we'll review that. I haven't gotten too much further on Aftermath. Got other stuff to read and do, but I'm slowly getting through it. It's a good read. It's a good read so far.
Yeah, one of my good buddy Cody, who's on the show not too long ago, is also reading it, and he kind of reflected on kind of what you said, and some of the reviewers are saying how they like the write. I mean, they like the story. The writing's a little different.
Yeah,
I don't think he's a big fan of the writing style.
A lot of people are,
but it says the story's good. I've read some of the reviews, people saying like they like it. It's good. It's a good story. So I'm interested to read it.
I'm definitely gonna get through it. Okay, so real quick, some other just real quick tidbits I want to throw out there. Funko is releasing.
Excuse me?
Funko. If everybody knows, Funko makes all the pop figures and they make a bunch of merchandise. But for all you nerds out there, I'm one included, trust me, they are really, this big thing right now is subscription boxes.
Yeah.
They are coming out with one, and it's Star Wars exclusive. Ooh. So for $25 every other month, which is big because right now I'm paying about $18 a month to get a nerd block, a comic block, which I get comics in. That's going to go away because I'm getting this. It's for $25 every other month. Members will receive a full box of Star Wars themed Funko items that focus on a different part of the Star Wars universe. The debut box themed The Force Awakens will ship this November and contain 2 exclusive pop vinyl bobbleheads from the upcoming Star Wars The Force Awakens film, as well as a host of other surprises perfect for fans on both sides of the Force. So the first box is designed, previewed below, features the villains Kylo Ren in pop form, blah, 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 blah. So go to, they're calling it the Smuggler's Bounty subscription box. So go to smugglersbounty.com and you could subscribe to your Funko box $25, and you can pay. I think you can pay ahead for a full year to get basically six boxes for the year. Again, exclusive merchandise directly. This is directly from Star Wars, so this is not.
What's the website again?
Smugglersbounty.com. And so it's official from Star Wars.
Is this an ongoing box you'll get?
Every other month.
Every other month?
Yeah, so you can pay. I think it's $25 times 6, which is $150. So you can pre-order. You can pay. I think it's $150 for a year subscription.
That's pretty cool.
And you get
Yeah.
merchandise, Star Wars merchandise, official Star Wars merchandise. It's the only box that has official Star Wars merchandise. Now, again, I've had other. I had Loot Crate for a couple times. I've done Nerd Block. I've done Comic Block. I've gotten one. I think I gotten a couple. Actually, I got that film, that Empire film on Loot Crate. I got Star Wars #1, the variant. They had like an exclusive variant for Loot Crate. So I've gotten some stuff, but this is official Star Wars stuff that's coming.
Yeah,
it's
cool.
Pretty awesome. Let's see. Did you hear the rumor that Star Wars Weekends is possibly going away?
Yeah, I was reading that today because it's all about Disney World's expansion of Star Wars lands.
Right. That makes sense.
It does make sense.
It's going to be year round, basically.
Yeah.
So it doesn't have to be just the weekends.
Yeah, but they're planning so much, and I'm so glad it's finally happening. I've been wanting this for so long, but they're planning on shutting down a good portion of Hollywood Studios and Disney World starting probably early next year, to go ahead and begin production on all the expansions that they're putting forth on for Star Wars lands. So to kind of shut down part of it, they can't really hold that many people, especially after shutting down part of the park.
Yeah.
So they don't want to have Star Wars Weekends to add to the capacity of the park. So they're putting a hold on Star Wars Weekends indefinitely until they can figure out what to do. But yeah, odds are they'll probably... they might still have special events for the celebrities to come, but it will be essentially Star Wars Weekends all day, every day, because they have so much awesome things. And they're just adding... Oh my gosh, they're adding diners, they're adding rides, they're adding, theme. There's just a whole theme park basically of Star Wars, which is perfect. So very excited for that. We'll probably won't really get a finished one though, probably for another 3 years though. It's going to take a while, so I'm going to hate to wait on that. But we'll have plenty of other Star Wars things to occupy us in the meantime.
Absolutely. All right, so last two things I want to mention. First, unless you got something else, but
nope, I'm good.
The first thing is the rumor, possible date of pre-ordering for tickets to The Force Awakens. I'm seeing that it's October 16th, which is a Friday.
I've seen it kind of around that date. So different places.
Do we get a trailer too around that point? I remember reading that we're supposed to get one more trailer in the fall, like October. So I would say probably around that. That makes sense to do a trailer and say, go buy your tickets now.
Yeah. So that sounds about right.
Which we are getting a lot of tickets.
Doing it. I told Sarah, I was like, I gotta set aside some money for buying my 5 tickets for the next few days.
Oh yeah, that whole weekend.
Yeah,
I'm committed. Which sucks because it's my daughter's birthday that weekend too. So.
Yeah.
Gotta figure out what to do.
I've got a wedding to do on Saturday.
Someone's getting married in December?
December 19th. That happens. I've been to several.
Oh,
this
my
is my third one that I've been to, but I'm actually working.
Do they not know it's Star Wars weekend?
I kind of said the same thing. I was like, even though it's,
We're like the only ones.
The day after Star Wars
There's got to be some guests that are like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Here's your gift.
It's episode 7.
Yeah. So I've definitely seen it the evening before, seeing it a couple times, 2-3 times probably Friday. I'll have to skip Saturday unless I want to go late Saturday night, but then I'll go Sunday.
My plan is Thursday night. We're, as in a big group of us, are seeing it Friday afternoon.
Yeah.
Then so I won't be able to see it Friday night probably, but then Saturday my plan was to hopefully take Brooke to see it Saturday afternoon. Saturday night, my daughter's birthday party, and we're doing I think we're having her friends sleep over. So we're having a party. Cool. We're just gonna have to be here.
Yeah.
But I already told her Wednesday or Sunday.
Yeah.
Probably gonna see it 2 or 3 times.
Block off like a good 7 hour window there.
I'm probably gonna see it in the afternoon and maybe at night.
Is she having a Star Wars theme party?
No.
Let's play the movies.
I think she's wanting a dinosaur party.
She's gonna be 6, right?
6.
See, my 6th birthday party was a Star Wars theme party.
She's at that age right now, though. You haven't really talked to her that much about it, but right now she's rebelling against Star Wars. No. Yes. And maybe it's because I'm shoving it in her face too much. And my whole room is like Star Wars. She does mention she loves Hera,
yes,
Sabine,
yeah, and
Princess Leia.
Okay.
So she loves the females, but she can care less about Luke Skywalker and Yoda and all. So I think it's just a phase. I think it really is just a phase. I think it's because there's so much, and we talked about this.
Yeah,
we talked about the burnout. People saying like people are going to get burnt. Kids might get, and they may. There might be so much Star Wars that they could be like, "I'm."
So you're studying. This is an experiment you have.
But here's the main problem.
Yeah,
is a kid in her kindergarten class. That's a huge Pokemon.
Damn Pokemon.
So my daughter's in Pokemon right now, and she's like, "This guy is the coolest guy because he likes Pokemon too."
Yeah.
If I ever see this kid, I'm gonna tell him, "Do you like Star Wars?"
Yeah.
Because you need to tell my daughter that you like Star Wars, because then all of a sudden, boom, she's in it.
I heard that Pokemon's lame. You should say that.
Yoda could beat Pikachu. Yeah.
Yeah, you kidding me?
Anyway, so a little tangent there, but I think Eliza might be the one. My second daughter. That's the one that can.
There was another.
Can change. Yeah, there is another. Perfect. Yeah. Which actually spins it to my next thing, which I wanted your opinion about real quick. The rumor. I don't think it's officially announced, but the re-release of the theatrical cuts on Blu-ray.
Yeah, I've seen.
Apparently, the chairman, whoever's running Disney right now.
Well, is this the theatrical cuts on Blu-ray or theatrical re-release in theaters? I've actually heard some.
Okay, at first I heard Blu-ray, but yes, then there was talks of possibly in theaters.
Yeah, because I think the theater one was debunked.
I think it was. I think it was Blu-rays. Last thing I heard was that it's coming to Blu-ray, because that's what no one has, right?
Right.
The last version were DVDs back in 2005, I think.
Oh, the theatrical. The
theatrical version. He succumbed to everybody, Lucas that is, and said, "Fine, here it is, one last time.
Yeah,
you're never going to get it again."
Yeah.
And to what I'm reading, is that what I've been reading, a couple articles, is that they're saying that the guy that mentioned it, I can't remember who it was, that Lucas is letting them do it.
Yeah.
Which means he still has say.
Yeah.
So when that contract was signed for everyone, I guarantee it was, you will not release the theatrical versions ever.
Yeah. Lock it up. Put it in the vault.
It sounds like he is now going, okay, fine. If you want to put it on Blu-ray, fine, do it.
Yeah.
It sounds like that's what's happening.
Yeah.
I don't know, though. Again, those are rumors.
What
do you think we even need to do that?
It would be cool to have. I actually wouldn't mind having it myself, so I can have at least a decent version of the theatrical versions. Because I have VHS is all I have. But but here's the thing: if you're such a purist, why do you want it on Blu-ray? Because if you're a true purist, you want to see it at the crap quality that it was.
Correct.
And back in the 70s and the 80s.
That's a good point.
You don't want to upconvert, old film back in then. So, first of all, that's one thing. I don't mind the purist. I'm fine with the purist. I actually respect it. I was thinking the other day, I kind of wish, a little part of me wishes that I hated the prequel so much just so I can fit in with that group. But so I respect your all's opinion about being pure, no special editions, that kind of stuff. But it honestly does not matter what you think. I hate to say it because it's not canon. If you want the Blu-ray theatrical versions, fine, buy it, spend your money on it. But it's not canon. It might be your version of it, but it's not the real story. So that's your prerogative.
That's right.
But no, fine, sure, why not? I might actually buy it or at least check it out somehow. But it's not necessary. So that's my opinion.
And I'll echo. I was just on this forum board looking at, and I'll echo what someone just said, exactly what you're saying. They said, which I think is clearly my take is he says as long as the final Blu-ray versions remain canon and those theatrical cuts are released only as bonus content along with the Blu-ray cuts as a mere then along with the Blu-ray cuts then okay I guess. I just don't want Disney, Lucasfilm, or anybody to screw up George Lucas's vision.
Yeah. You know what would be cool? What George Lucas should have said, because these are Blu-ray DVDs only of the theatrical versions. Is that right?
Yeah.
What George Lucas should have said is you can release it as long as they are bonus content, special features on the canon versions.
That's right.
He should have said like the die-cast metal ones that they're releasing.
And they may be. I mean, who knows? They may only be like that.
Then I probably would buy those die-cast metal versions because I wouldn't mind having the theatrical version on Blu-ray.
I mean, if I do, it'll be a collector's thing for me because I will, dare I say, I will never watch the theatrical versions again. Yeah. I won't. I mean,
I would just sort of probably reminisce and be like, "Oh, that's cool." That's how
I may show my daughter one day, like, this is how crappy it looked back then.
Yeah,
because think about it, it's not restored. Like it is the theatrical release. So what it was in '77 is strictly transferred to Blu-ray. So it's not a special edition. Special edition, because you remember, special edition was not just adding special effects.
They colored.
It was restoring the original film.
Yeah.
So that part is gone. You're not seeing a restored theatrical version because then again, it's like, well, it's a special edition.
Yeah.
Sure. And you're not seeing, like you said, purists. You're not seeing what you saw in the theater. Then I just don't get why you would want to watch that.
I mean,
nostalgia regions.
Yeah, that's
sure.
probably why what they saw when they were kids is so ingrained in their heads. But guys my age,
correct.
I just don't think you can honestly say you can honestly be a purist if you're my age. No. You just can't do that.
And I even say guys my age.
Yeah,
I don't think, because you won't remember. You don't remember. Obviously, you didn't see Star Wars in theaters. You probably didn't see Empire because you were only 3.
Yeah.
You may have saw Return. I saw Return in it, but guys that are maybe guys that were like Russell's age,
right,
8, 9, 10, around when Star Wars came out. I can understand maybe a little bit of them because you're still a kid. You don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway, I just don't see. I mean, this is one thing this is the one topic that I will say I am actually against Disney doing. Releasing the theatrical version. Just because Lucas said that was the past. That is not the film. Those aren't the films I wanted to make.
Yeah.
These are.
Yeah.
And those are canon.
Yeah.
So it's just like every other thing, right? Everything that's released is canon. But this isn't going to be. So
I want to put a Legends banner on
this thing. Yeah, they better put a Legends
please.
banner on it. Yeah, that's right. All right. This is funny. Another comment here says, "Awesome. Now we have some people who will finally stop complaining."
Hopefully,
if it's true,
that'll be the
new versions are canon ones though, so everybody knows that it's canon. Wow, that actually brings up a real quick topic is that since there is this big establishment of canon, that there really probably can't be any more edits to 4, 5, and 6.
I mean,
you know what I mean?
I was just thinking about that too. Yeah, I mean, unless would it be
I
so bad to just update the canon version? I mean, for movies, that is. I don't know. I don't really agree.
As long as I guess it doesn't change the story.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like like things that we were talking about,
visual effects,
little visual things.
Yeah, I think you're fine there, but who knows?
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see. All right, so real quick on our canon.
Yeah,
from Ultimate Star Wars.
Today, I'll be talking about Padme Amidala. The young and naive Padme Amidala. Just a few things because we all pretty much know her history. Yep. Also, if you watch the Clone Wars, she has some awesome moments in there. But a couple things that aren't included in the movies that I thought were kind of cool. One thing about her age. Apparently, at age 8, Padme joined the apprentice legislators on Naboo. Later, at 14, she became a senator. But it says she was a supervisor of the city of Theed for 2 years before being elected queen. So from 12 to 14,
she was the supervisor.
So from 8 to 12, she was on this apprentice legislator thing. Then from like 12 to 14, she was a supervisor to the city of Theed. I can never get past this age stuff with politics, in the Star Wars universe, because it was also like that in Imperial China, then like old ancient Egyptian kind of days, but these really really young emperors and kings and queens, it's so interesting to me that the maturity in that. But one other thing too, like the makeup that Amidala wears, the makeup and gown are covered with historic symbols that express the majesty of the free people of Naboo. And also her costume serves to hide her feelings and help her stay courageous and aloof. Kind of that very majestic look to her. But just nice little tidbit there. But yeah, Padme Amidala. Padme, and her middle name, which I can never pronounce, Padme Naberi? Have you ever seen that spelled out?
Yeah, I think Nabri.
Nabri. Did they say that in the deleted scenes?
They did in the deleted scenes, I think. But yeah.
Very cool. Padme Amidala.
Yes. Awesome. All right, so that'll do it this week for Inside the Force. Thanks for hanging with us. We will be back next week, of course, to talk about all kinds of Star Wars news. And, of course, we're going to review the next issue of Kanan that comes out number 6 this week. For any comments and questions, hit us up on Twitter at Inside the Force, Facebook Inside the Force, and, of course, you can listen to the podcast however you're doing it now. But, of course, on our website, all the episodes are there, InsideTheForce.com, if you want to check back and look at some past episodes. But we are on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, and TuneIn Radio. Just search Star Wars Inside the Force. He is Kryptonian1138 on the Twitter. I am D. Cottingham21. Give us a follow. We're going to be counting down, as many days as we can here, leading up to the Force Awakens. I just want to say this too, real quick. Mm-hmm. Monday, September 28th. I mentioned this Disney Store with the Elite series.
Right.
They're starting their episode 1 through 6 figures that are coming out. They're doing one for each movie every couple weeks. Monday, so September 28th, Darth Maul, episode 1 figuring, cool. Die-cast figure, unbelievable. I'm getting
it's like
one.
$25, right?
$25. Yeah, fantastic. I'm getting it. So you might want to go hit up your Disney Store for that on Monday. All right, So for Casey Cooley.
I will not condone a course of action that will lead us to war. Love Padme.
One of the first lines from episode 1.
Yeah, for Padme.
That we've ever heard for episode 1.
In her deep British voice.
Yes.
Which was weird, but yeah.
Well, she's not British.
No, but she's kind of said it.
Yeah.
Oh, no, condone of action that lead us to war, but...
Yeah, kind of.
Like what Princess Leia did in that one thing. But only when she was Queen Amidala did she talk like that.
Yeah.
Strange. Cool.
The Queen.
The Queen.
All right. Thanks for hanging out with us, guys. Again, hit us up Inside the Force. Check out 21network.com for all the greatest podcasts in the galaxy. Brand new show that just picked up season 2, Gotham. Go check that out. We are actually called After Gotham. We actually changed the name.
After Gotham.
Because there's other Gotham after shows.
Yeah.
So we're just After Gotham.
After Gotham.
So anyway, go check that out on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/21network. Go check us out and subscribe and get us all the latest videos there. All right. He's Casey.
Goodbye, everybody.
I'm Dave. Thanks for listening, and may the Force be with you.
This has been a production of the 21 Network. For more great podcasts, visit 21network.com. To view additional content, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/21network. Follow us on Twitter at 21network for the latest news and updates. The 21 Network, for the fan and all of us.